Hey guys, Hitman89 here, I hope you're doing great. Last week we covered the best online games, check it out if you missed it, and today we'll be diving into At Last Fallen a year after its rough launch. I played it day one and I felt like it was undercooked. Everything was mediocre, the game didn't look that good with a lot of pop-in, oh and the voice acting was absolutely terrible. But now that the game received a huge update, I thought I'd check it out again on Series X, PC and PS5 in order to answer the following question. Is At Last Fallen good now? Let's find out. But first, special thanks to Instant Gaming for sponsoring the channel. They have all your favorite games for super cheap. You could get 2 or even 3 games on Instant Gaming for the price of 1. For example, since this video is about At Last Fallen, instead of getting it for $40, you could get it for only 18, or maybe get Game Pass Ultimate for your PC and Xbox. Instant Gaming is 100% legit. All the games come straight from the authorized resellers. So go ahead and use the link in the description to get your favorite games for super cheap. Now let's get back to the review. This is made by the same studio behind The Surge 1 and 2, but don't let that fool you, cause At Last Fallen has nothing to do with those games. On this action RPG, you're an unnamed, a nobody, a worthless piece of Okay, I'll stop. So you come across this gauntlet and now, out of nowhere, you have to save the world.
What? How?
Well, the gauntlet is powerful, but for some reason, it's never powerful enough. There's a broken bridge, you can't jump high enough, so you'll have to look for another piece to upgrade the gauntlet. And then, you'll also have to find 3 shards to install the new piece you just found. Oh, and to get the shards you need, it's either a tough fight or a shitty puzzle where you have to raise these pillars in time. It's pretty easy, but it gets super repetitive after a while. And you'll be doing that the whole game.
What? Why?
Because apparently the devs thought it would be fun. Anyway, I've already played the game a little bit last year, but for this review, I had a fresh start and 10 minutes in, I got attacked by these 2 enemies. Right off the bat, the first one just said peace out and dipped out of the fight. And when I attacked the second one, it fell and they both got stuck like this, so I just walked away. That wasn't a good start and I really thought I would end up hating the game, but I didn't. They revamped the opening hours, the intro is much shorter now, and you get to the semi-open world part faster. Visually speaking, even maxed out on PC, the game looks okay. It's a little blurry in performance mode on console, and no matter what platform you're on, the pop-in can be really noticeable at times. At least the frame rate doesn't dip below 60, which is rare in 2024, so that's great. Wait, now that I think about it, maybe it's because the game is 90% desert with nothing interesting to see. Yeah, that must be it.
Hello. Welcome to the land of boredom.
Speaking of boredom, the first couple of hours can be boring as fuck, but once you've upgraded your gauntlet and unlocked some more dashes and better attacks, it starts being fun. Even though the combat kinda sucks, it's way too repetitive, plus every fight the big monsters constantly summon a bunch of mobs. So I tend to avoid optional fights, I just do it when I need enough resources to upgrade my armor. And when you only fight out of necessity in an action RPG, that usually means the combat system isn't enjoyable. Another thing I didn't really like is the story. I didn't find it interesting, probably because it's full of characters that constantly ask questions like this.
Wait, what? How do you... Who are you?
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot, you ask a lot of stupid questions.
The voice acting used to suck dicks, so they hired better voice actors for the main characters and the gauntlet. Yes, there's a talking gauntlet in this game, and no, this isn't Forspoken. If you play as the guy like I did, then you'll get Ben Starr's voice. You know, the Final Fantasy XVI voice actor. So now, the voice acting still sucks dick actually. It's also due to the horrible writing. Check this out.
You are this gauntlet? Yes. No. The gauntlet reveals me to you. What is your name? I am unnamed. I'm here, out here, looking for someone.
Who the fuck wrote this? And it's not just the dialogue, the whole presentation feels outdated. The graphics belong to a PS4 game and every time there's a cutscene, the screen just fades to black. You won't see any seamless transitions in this game, and that's a shame, cause I feel like it would have helped a little bit with the immersion. That being said, I really like how when you've already killed a monster or found a requested item and later on talked to an NPC and got a quest to do it, your character will say something like, yeah, I've already defeated the Wraith, and you'll get the reward right away. It's a nice little detail. Now I've only had a few bugs, nothing serious, just some grass that's floating in the air in certain areas, and this chick who's been stuck here the whole game. I even tried to unstuck her, but as you can see, she went right back to motorboating this guy's man boobs. In all seriousness now, you can play Atlas Fallen in online co-op with a friend. I haven't been able to try it myself, but I did my research. It's a drop-in, drop-out system, but if the host and the guest are at different points into the story, then the guest will lose their progress at the end of the session. It's a terrible system, but that's how it is. So if you're planning on playing this with a friend, you better exclusively play together to make sure you both keep your progress. Oh, and there's no crossplay, so keep that in mind. Hey look, this guy is balancing his whole body with the sheer power of his butthole. Impressive. I beat the game in a little less than 10 hours, but if you do more side quests than I did, then it would probably last you a couple more hours. Speaking of which, getting one of these shitty cutscenes instead of some cool looking CGI or at least an in-game cutscene after you beat the game is disappointing and extremely underwhelming. But hey, at least there's a new game plus with higher difficulty and some interesting stuff. I'm definitely not planning on replaying Atlas Fallen, but I enjoyed unlocking new armors and special attacks, upgrading them and slowly getting stronger. I think it's time to move on to the verdict. A better story, more enemy variety and better combat would have made Atlas Fallen a great game. But even though this big update wasn't really revolutionary, it definitely improved the game enough, and that's why I'ma give Atlas Fallen a 7 out of 10. For $25, or even better, if you have Game Pass, cause I feel like it's coming to Game Pass soon, definitely give it a shot. But if you don't like subscription services and you don't wanna wait for a sale, get the game using the link in the description. It'll be way cheaper and you'll directly support the channel. That's gonna be it for this review. If you found it helpful, a thumbs up and a subscription would be awesome. Feel free to suggest the next game you want me to review or the genre you want to see on my next top 10 video in the comments down below, and I'll try to make it happen. It's been Hitman89. See you guys very soon.
I will not stop, I am prepared to get to the top, yeah, you must be rare. God, I'm like, hey.